Yeah. So we're here at the secret room at the Stone Mountain Performing Arts Center in lovely uptown Brownfield, Maine, with two of, this is Tom Eastman of the Conway Daily Sun. We're here with, on our left, Neil Schulman and Rex Fowler of the acclaimed folk duo, Aztec Two Step.
He's on my right.
No, but through my lens.
I know, but he's on my right.
He's on your right, Rex. Right. But anyway, so we got a Mainer on our right and a New Yorker on the left from the camera's perspective. You guys just did a wonderful show about a tribute to the songbook of Simon and Garfunkel. You could have done the whole night with yourselves, and I would have loved that musical songbook, being a fan of yours for over 30 years.
We've been here twice with ours, so this time we wanted to mix it up a little.
And was it just that Simon and Garfunkel, you guys talked about a bit in the show, were such an influence on you, and the Everly Brothers were an influence on the Beatles and them? So how did you come up with the idea of doing this tribute?
Well, it wasn't our idea. I think we've talked about this before. If either one of us had come to one another and said, "Hey, let's do Simon and Garfunkel," we would have said, "Are you kidding?" But a gentleman who was, who we respected as and had done some very good tribute type, having some great jazz musicians and whatnot do some tributes to various classic rock kind of groups. It made sense in a lot of ways. When we thought about it, the fact that we do two-part harmony, we were often compared to them in our first record, and we loved their music. We grew up listening to it. It was a lot of fun learning those songs. I mean, we knew them, half of them by heart anyway, because that's just, I remember Kathy's song being the benchmark for me as a young songwriter, saying, boy, if I could come anywhere near that, that would be something else. And of course, I have yet to even approach it.
I don't know, Highway Song gets pretty close right there. So.
Well, yeah, but that's, thank you. Okay. Yeah, in fact, same introduction, the same riff.
Well, as I told you, you're responsible for me getting a C in college biology, because I worked on your riff so long on the finger picking on Highway Song. So
oh, cool.
It's your fault.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, glad to help.
Great. And Neil, you're such a great acoustic lead player. So for you to get to play on those songs, you could almost argue that Simon and Garfunkel, you're one up on them, because like you said, Rex, you're a better guitar player than
much better
than Artie ever was.
Yeah. Well, Neil, it's when they play as a duo, it's so dynamic. Just the one guitar and the two amazing voices. But Neil is a different style of guitar player, and we bring something to it that they're not going to do as a duo. And even with their band, they have a wonderful, and have over the years. But the last tour they did, they have an incredible band. But Neil is a very special acoustic guitar player, so it's fun to hear him reinterpret the licks, and I get to just play the rhythm, which is pretty fun too.
And of course, without the rhythm guitar, you can't just set back and play the licks, So we have an inherent, as two guitars, we have inherently something different that we can do,
And how about for Aztec Two Step fans who, may say Simon and Garfunkel is okay, but they really like Aztec Two Step. What's going on with you guys in terms of new music? What have you done for discs, CDs in recent years?
Well, we did put a record out in 04, 05, Days of Horses, which is a very good record. I think we both would agree with that. We've made a record that we've been wanting to make for a long time. And hopefully we'll be looking at fairly soon down the line. I did a kids record last year called Stargazers, which was a song that I took from our Days of Horses album. Very whimsical song. I had a lot of my being in Maine, in it. And
is Humpty Dumpty on that too? Or?
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, yes. So yeah, a few, and Bacon, which is the thing that kind of jump-started the whole thing for me, because that was a Donovan-esque type song. I have two Donovan songs on the CD as well, and I have Paul Simon's Punky Dilemma. I have 6 really great whimsical covers and 6 of my own. So it was a fun record, but yeah, hopefully we'll get something going here.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
And of course we just we did a live record of this Simon and Garfunkel songbook, but what makes the record a little different is that we have sort of narration and anecdotes provided by Pete Fornat, who's a legendary radio personality and one of the architects of progressive FM radio. You can hear him on satellite radio now, XM radio, and of course,
The
you
Loft.
know.
And now, was he the one who gave you the idea?
No,
to
he's
do it?
not the
Oh,
one who
okay.
gives, but independently of us, he had been just working on a book about Simon and Garfunkel, specifically about the album Bookends. So that's kind of what brought us together on this project. And you know, he started in college in Fordham University in the Bronx, so you know, he interviewed Simon and Garfunkel he's interviewed them over the course of their career from the very beginning. So he's telling some things which he's got directly from, you know, if you're pardon the expression, the horse's mouth, you know. So that's kind of fun.
Well, the storytelling that you do is educational, but it's entertaining, and you know, it's more of a, instead of just a concert, it's a show.
Yeah, and with Pete, I hope you get to hear it with Pete, because he raises the bar. I mean, he is such a great communicator, and just we try to touch on some of the things he's brought up, but the record is chock full of that, and it is a show, quote unquote.
And right, even from the beginning, we always call it the Simon and Garfunkel Songbook Show. You know, we read a lot of biographies and, you know, everything we could, and also found the anecdotes that were in our lives that did it. We didn't want to just get up there and, you know, just.
And for the record, they sold how many more million than you,
200.
Neil?
There's not a number that high, actually. Bigger than the deficit.
But you still get your shot. You still got your chance.
You know,
you're
anything's
still
possible.
playing
We're still
great
kicking.
acoustic music, you guys,
Yeah.
and you're closely related in our neck of the woods, the Devon Square
We are.
family tree, and so we're just always thrilled to see you back in Mount Washington Valley. I remember
Thank you, Tom.
that shot of you at the Oxen Yoke.
There you go. That was a
Oh,
fun
yeah,
place.
boy.
Yeah.
I remember that's where we met, Devon Square, if I'm not mistaken.
We just did our April Fool's edition, and there's a big building that used to be a theme park, and so I said it's actually going to be turned into a Forgotten Nights. It's going to be old bars of Mount Washington Valley, including the Oxen
great
Yoke,
idea.
recreated and
Right.
with the blend and everybody else, cutouts and music. So maybe we can have you play live there when it opens. April 1st,
Excellent.
it's opening next year.
Have your people get in touch with ours.
Okay, great to see you guys. Once
Thanks,
again,
Tom. Thanks for
here
the
we
support.
have Neil Schulman and Rex Fowler.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.